Hello. Okay, next tutorial. Today's makeup is meant to be an out of the kit, relatively basic look. I wanted to see if I could create a really gory looking, very cinematic kind of dramatic looking zombie just out of the kit without having to use a prosthetic or anything like that. And I actually took inspiration for this particular zombie from a zombie from the movie Day of the Dead. I was watching it the other day and the very first zombie that you see on screen looks particularly awesome. He's just walking around with this massive tongue hanging out, and I do believe he's nicknamed Dr. Tongue, which is appropriate and delicious sounding. So I thought I'd give my out of the kit version a go. I hope it's okay. It's just nice sometimes to do a makeup that is completely out of the kit where you don't need a lot of skill necessarily. It's more about just having fun and playing with different methods. So if you'd like to learn how to do this makeup for yourself, stay tuned. Okie dokie, so the first step of this makeup is pretty much going to be the majority of the makeup, but that is to take a sponge and some liquid latex. I say majority of the makeup because this whole makeup is going to be very much an out of the kit thing that you can do with a few products, as in no prosthetics or anything like that. That's the fun of it. So I'm going to take my sponge, dip that in the liquid latex and apply that to my entire mouth area and my neck. It doesn't have to be neat at all or symmetrical for once because this whole makeup is going to be very rough around the edges and mostly just fun and gory. So just make sure to build up a nice base coat and then we can build that up after. Okay, so once that is nice and dry, we can work on really building that up with some tissue. So, as such, I've got some regular tissue paper here that I've already pulled apart, so this is just regular toilet tissue. As you might have noticed, I like to do this with most of my out-of-the-kit makeups. It's one of the most effective and easy ways to build up an area. So, working with strips that aren't much bigger than this, I'm going to take the liquid latex, apply that over the area where I've just gone, stick that tissue down and then go over the tissue. I'm going to do that over the entire area, then let that dry and then repeat that process about 3 to 4 times so it's nice and thick. That way when we peel it back, it should look like some exposed skin. Fun! There we go, so after you've built up enough layers, it should look something like this. So my face is pretty much rigid right now. It's really not a nice feeling, but that feeling will go away once we start peeling things away, and that's a horrible thing to say. But just before I do that, I'm just going to repeat the same process that I did around the neck and the face, just on the tip of my nose going up a little bit, because I think I kind of want to extend this up a tiny little bit, just to make it look like the whole bottom jaw and the nose have been kind of blown off. So same as before, about 3, maybe 4 coats just on the edge of the nose. Okie dokie, so it should look something like this. And just to reiterate, this is incredibly uncomfortable, but it's about to become a lot less uncomfortable. And now we can do the fun and super satisfying part, which is going to be peeling the latex away. So what we want to remember is to work in basically this area here. We do not want to lift up any of these edges, because if we do, then it will just fall off and it will just ruin the illusion that it's the skin that's flapping around there. And there's no nice way of saying that. We're working with skin flaps here, and there, it said it's out of the way. Let's carry on. We're all mature here. We're not. So I'm going to peel away really slowly, making small tears with my fingers as I go, just ripping up this entire middle area here, and we can work on the nose afterwards. Okay, so bear with me. This is what it looks like so far. So then I'm just going to progress up the nose. So I'm going to do the same thing again, except I'm only going to lift this area up here and leave these edges stuck down. So I'm just going to take the middle, rip it right down the centre, and then pull it apart, and then just leave the edges like that. And then, yeah. Then before we do anything else, I want to talk to you about a really fun prop that I got for this makeup, and that is a comically large tongue. It looks incredibly silly, and I think I might probably cut this base off here, but it's just an incredibly silly novelty tongue. obviously an extra long one. I actually got this off of eBay. I knew exactly what I was looking for, but when I cut the end off and stick it down to my chin, it would look something like that, and I just think it's going to be very funny. I'm not sure if the effect will work, but you know what? I'm having a good time doing it, so that's all that matters. So to get this tongue to stick down, you could use Pro Stick or you could use Sprit Gum, but I really want it to really stay in place. So to do that, I'm going to take some more liquid latex on a sponge and just apply that to my chin area where I'm going to be sticking down the tongue. I'm going to let that dry and repeat the process about 4 more times, just so I have a nice base for it to stick to, because I think this kind of material, which is kind of like rubber, I think, would stick better to a layer of latex than it would to my skin. So I'm just going to do that for about 3, maybe 4 coats. Okay, so now we have a nice dry base. I can take the tongue, which I have, as I said, cut a few inches off the top of it just to make it a little bit more... Okay, let's be honest, it's still comically large, but that's the point. At least it now fits in frame. And I'm going to take some Sprit Gum, apply that to the back of the fake rubber tongue, and then apply it to the same area on my chin, and then stick that down. I'm honestly having so much fun here. Tongue. So now that's nice and secure, stuck down, it ain't going anywhere, we can start working on the next step, which is going to be taking some more liquid latex, only a tiny bit, and I'm just going to apply that to my top lip because I'm going to be sticking down some fake teeth. Same method applies as the tongue. The fake teeth will stick much better to a base of latex than my own skin, so I'm just going to do about 1, maybe 2 coats this time. I'm also, whilst I'm working with the latex, just apply a little bit of latex to the edge of the tongue. And I'm just going to add a few layers of tissue just in that area, just to blend it off a tiny bit. You don't have to do that at all, because when it's all painted and there's dark blood all around the area, you won't really see the lip, but I know it's there, so yeah, this step's completely optional. But I'm going to do about 3 layers of latex just to the edge and a couple layers of tissue as well, like we did around the face. Okie dokie, so now that's nice and dry, I can show you what I'm going to be sticking down, and that is some fake teeth. So I'm going to be sticking down these 6 fake teeth, which I do believe are made of resin. I'm just going to stick them just to my top lip, and I'm going to stick them down with the same Sprit Gum that I used on the fake tongue. I got these fake teeth from eBay too. Then next we can start colouring in all of this latex to make it look a bit more flesh coloured. So to do that I'm going to be using an alcohol activated palette. In particular I'm going to be using the lighter flesh tones from Nils Materials. Of course these do come in a lot of different shades as well, this one is just particular for me. The reason I like using alcohol activated colours for something like this is because they layer up really well and you get a really nice translucent effect with them. They're basically really good for mimicking skin. So to use alcohol activated colours you of course need 99% alcohol. So to make the latex look a little bit more warmer to start off with, I'm going to take the red from this palette and just apply it really randomly all around where there is latex and just a bit onto my skin as well. Not in one block colour, we just want it to be randomly applied. And then we can go in with a mixture of other colours afterwards just to really taper it off and blend it into my skin tone. It's going to take about 3, 4, maybe 5 layers in the end. You just keep going until you're happy with it basically. Just make sure, as I mentioned, there's no one block area with too much colour. You really want it to be a nice even mix. So there we go. So it doesn't have to be perfect at this stage because we are going to be using quite a bit of fake blood later on. But for now, the next step is to colour the inside of the, I guess you've got to say, mouth hole. Ew. So the colour that I'm going to use for that is by Chameleon Face Paints, and this is in Blood Red. So this is just a regular face paint, and I'm going to apply that with quite a large brush all the way inside this area here, including underneath the flaps. Then next, just to make everything look a lot more three-dimensional and to really make this look like the whole bottom jaw is missing, I'm going to add some black just around the outside edges. So the black that I'm going to use is a cream by Makeup Forever. This is actually from their Flash palette, but I'm only going to need the black from this. And taking a small fluffy brush, I'm going to apply that cream all around the edges and then blend that towards the middle. I can then take the same blood red chameleon face paint and I'm just going to paint the tongue just so it matches in and it's all one uniform colour. I'm then going to take the black cream, apply that heavily to the base and then blend that downwards just to make it look like it's coming out of the mouth. So the next step is completely optional, but I'm going to be bruising up my eyes because whenever I do this kind of trauma makeup, the very least I can do is make the eyes look a little bit bruised. So to do that, I'm going to be using a Kryolan bruise wheel. I love these and I tell people every single time, it doesn't necessarily matter where you get them from, doesn't have to be Kryolan, but a bruise wheel is one of the best things to have in your kit whenever you do FX makeup. Even if you're a beginner or more advanced, always have a bruise wheel. So I'm going to take my bruise wheel and I'm going to take the dark purpley blue cream from that wheel and I'm going to apply that going underneath my eyes in the corner and then blend that away. I'm then going to take the off yellow colour and I'm going to apply that just to the brow bone area and underneath, basically where the bone is, so you've got your brow bone and your cheekbone, and I'm just going to blend that colour away. And then finally, I'm going to take the deep red from that bruise wheel and I'm going to apply that directly in the corners of my eyelids and then blend that colour away, but mostly underneath the eyes. We want there to be that really sore, sickly effect going on. Then on to the super fun part, which is the fake blood. So I'm going to be using a Fleet Street's drying blood in dark, and I'm going to apply that directly to the edges of all of these flaps. I'm going to use quite a fluffy brush for this because we don't want it to just be in one little tiny area. We want it to be quite messy around each of the edges. Then when we've done that, we can apply it randomly on the inside of the mouth and tongue. Not covering the entire area, but we want to get some nice shine there, so we're just going to apply it really randomly around the teeth and around the tongue as well. So then, as if I haven't used enough blood, I'm going to use some more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spackle brush, which is basically a really rigid toothbrush, and I'm going to dilute some of the fake blood with some water, dip the brush into the diluted blood, and then I can start spackling it across the face, going all the way around my new mouth hole. I'm also going to do some on the forehead, I think, just so there's some splatter here and there so it doesn't look as clean. So there we are, it just makes everything look a little bit less plain and kind of brings the two elements together. I did also put blood splat on my ears and around my neck as well. So then all that's left for me to do now is to pop in some contact lenses, pop on a costume, sort out my hair, and we'll see what it looks like. And there we go, that's my look, officially complete. So I finished off the look by popping on a white shirt and tie, which I absolutely smothered in fake blood, because why not? I messied up my hair and sprayed some black hairspray in there just to make it look a little bit dirty. And I popped in some Bloodshot Sclera contact lenses, which I've used a few times now whenever I do my zombie makeups because they really help sell the infected look. I know this look is a little bit rough around the edges, but it was always going to be. That's kind of the effect you get when you do an out of the kit makeup. I just wanted to do this kind of thing to prove that you can do something like this without having to go to the expense of, say, getting a prosthetic or anything like that. You don't necessarily really need really posh products to be able to create something fun. It's really about combining different things and seeing what works. And basically just having fun with it. I mean, I definitely did. I mean, look at my face flaps. Look at them go. Oh my god, no I can't. Look at them jiggle. I can't say that in the video. Oh my god, no, I can't put that in. My face flaps. You know what, sod it, it's going in, sod it. And yeah, so that's my makeup tutorial. I really hope you all enjoyed this makeup. It's definitely gory, definitely sticky, and definitely fun. Gory, sticky, and fun. What more could you want? I'm a hungry looking zombie. If you did like it, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye fluffies! I really thought I could do an introduction, like gargled, but I can't. I could just I just sound like a bloody Murloc. The